America. Australia. Belarus.
Уникальный национальный костюм «Гжель» создан великолепными белорусскими мастерами.
Bolivia.
Los colores, la alegría y el brillo que representa la alegría en mi país, Bolivia.
Bulgaria.
Authentic costume from Bulgaria, from Treasure Land Trace, благодаря на ансамбл Varna.
Canada.
Vive la Canada!
Chile.
El escudo chileno, por la razón o la fuerza.
Cyprus.
National costume of Cyprus.
China.
中国唐装。
Germany.
München Oktoberfest.
Greece.
Proudly representing the birthplace of the Olympics.
Guatemala.
Traje ceremonial de la cultura maya.
Hong Kong.
大家好，我嘅服裝代表福氣。
India.
My dress represents the tradition of India, and love is its foundation. Namaste.
Indonesia.
Cendrawasih, the wonderful bird of paradise from Papua, Indonesia.
Israel.
The color white is the symbol of the Holy Land, Jerusalem. I love you.
Japan.
Kimono with original arrangement.
Malaysia.
Malay's traditional wear from Malaysia.
Mauritius.
This is the traditional Sega dance from Mauritius.
Mexico.
Típico de la campesina mexicana.
North America.
The tradition of North America with the spirit of Carnival.
Paraguay.
This is a handmade tribute to the Ñandutis embroidery.
Peru.
Representing the loving mothers of Peru.
Philippines.
Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Ako ay nagagalak sa aking kasuotan. Filipina Muslim costume. Mabuhay!
Poland.
Polski strój góralski w nowoczesnym wydaniu. Pozdrawiam Polskę!
Russia.
Двуглавый орел. Символ российской государственности.
объединяет европейскую и азиатскую Россию.
Serbia.
Moderna verzija šumadijske nošnje.
Sevastopol.
Tonight I'm wearing the replica of the dress which Russian Empress Catherine the Great wore when she signed a decree on Crimean Peninsula attachment to Russia in 1783. Thank you.
Singapore.
The traditional costume of a princess from Singapore.
South Africa.
I represent the beautiful national flower, the protea, golds and diamond of South Africa.
Thailand.
Princess of Roses.
Ukraine.
Мой национальный костюм отображает красоту и плодородие моей прекрасной страны Украины.
United Kingdom.
Queen Elizabeth I, because I celebrate strong women.
Venezuela.
Flamenco dancer from Venezuela.
Vietnam.
Việt Nam ơi, áo dài ơi.
Well, there they are, the ladies and gentlemen, all the winning women of Mrs. World 2014. And now, please welcome your host for the evening, with credits from Entertainment Tonight to Showtime and to ETV to At the Movies, America's #1 Hollywood reporter, Bill Harris.
Thank you very much. Are they spectacular? There are so many things to share with you. One of them is the biggest secret in Washington is how swell their neighbors are 43 miles away. Congratulations, Solomons. Thank you. And now welcome to some of the loveliest ladies on the face of the earth here in one of the prettiest places on earth. We greet you from Solomon's Island, Maryland. A little bit of heaven. Telling you. And if you like crab cakes, but don't get me started. But first, yes, the ladies are beautiful. How about those costumes? And they had to pack them and bring them. Can you believe some of them even made it through customs? Wild, wacky, wonderful. They are the stuff of dreams. But right now, they are the stuff of awards. Our very first awards of the evening, and I have the envelopes. Our first award for most whimsical costume. And for the record, they tell me that whimsical means playfully quaint or fanciful, okay? So we couldn't fit playfully quaint or fanciful on the envelope, so we're going with whimsical. And the whimsical winner, whimsical costume of the year, is Mrs. Thailand. I don't know how I'm going to do this, Mrs. Thailand, but Next, the judges had to pick the most original costume. Anyway, they know and they say the honor of most original costume goes to Mrs. United Kingdom. Lovely. And finally, would you want to have to choose the very best costume from all of these? 3 dozen. Fortunately, we didn't have to. The judges had to do it. It's their job. Let the judges do it. And they say the best costume of the entire pageant, the very best, belongs to Mrs. Malaysia. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you, ladies. We will see you right back here very soon. Thank you. Meanwhile, the ladies have been thrilled to visit our host town of Solomon's Island, Maryland, voted one of America's top 15 happiest seaside towns. And why not? They've got everything, from those world-famous crab cakes to a very rich history. The boys of Normandy practiced here. Did you know? During the War of 1812, a flotilla sailed from the Solomon Islands to attack British invasion vessels on the Chesapeake. We're trying to keep this from Mrs. United Kingdom. And this week they have been busy, going everywhere, doing everything, but every now and then taking a moment just for themselves. And you're invited to take a look at one such moment because we sent along a camera.
Add to part of the Southern Maryland experience of coming to Maximum. I'm glad to support the program and everything going on. This is a great event for us.
And now it's time for a special performance. If you missed her on The Voice, here's your chance to enjoy Liz Chambers.
Wow! You're phenomenal. Liz Chambers, huh? Wow! Well, I'm very impressed. Just sensational. And here's something else that we think is pretty special as well.
The solution to the world's healthcare crisis has already been discovered. It lies within our body's own ability to heal itself. In the 90 essential nutrients missing from our food for years is the key to unlocking the power that is already within us. If you suffer from diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, high blood pressure, Alzheimer's, or any other chronic illness you can name, you'll want to hear what Dr. Joe Wallach has to say. Dr. Wallach is the author of the most popular health lecture in history, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, with over 100 million copies in circulation. As a veterinarian, he helped eliminate over 900 different diseases and birth defects in the animal industry. As a physician, he's proving the same thing can be done for humans. For a limited time, visit 90worldwide.com and get a free copy of the most important health message you will ever hear, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Or call 1-800-655-2101. Just pay shipping and handling. 90worldwide.com, because everyone deserves good health.
Here we are, and we have one more very special lady to introduce. In fact, we're here today in Solomon's Island, Maryland, because of Lauren Simpson. Lauren? Wow, wow, wow. A young executive of exceptional foresight and vision and creativity, she's the reason we are here. She invited us. She's been at the epicenter of the pageant planning and production and more after first getting the important support and initial approval of her dad, businessman John Simpson, our friend. Also, our host and Holiday Inn Vice President Lauren has never wavered in her enthusiasm, her direction, and her non-stop contributions to make this pageant a total success for her town, for her friends, and her supporters, our ladies and viewers around the world over our Mrs. World television network. Everyone in this theater tonight owes a very large debt of thanks to Miss Lauren Simpson.
Wow, what an introduction. Thank you so much, Bill. You know, this has been quite a ride, and it would not have been possible without so many other people that should be standing right up here with me, right behind me. The whole Mrs. World host committee, all of the local supporters, just the community in general, and that's what makes this place so amazing and such a great place to live. So thank you, everybody. You're the whole reason this is such a great event tonight, and we couldn't have done it without every single one of you. So thank you so much. It's been a wonderful experience.
We have a matched set of bookends. One's for your father, but you get the one that spins. I don't know what happened, but thank you, thank you, thank you. And guess what? Right now, this very minute, they're back from all over the world and all over the globe. Here they come. Ladies, the stage is yours. Nice. Music. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Music. You know. Thank you. Sorry, guys.
Around the world, I'd search for you. I traveled on when hope was gone to keep a rendezvous. Well, I knew somewhere, sometime, somehow you look at me and I would see that smile. You're smiling now. Well, it might have been in County Down or in New York, Gay Paris, or even London town. No more would I go all around the world. I have found my world in you. Let me hear some trombones. Well, around and around and around and around, I'd search for you. I traveled on, love was gone to keep a rendezvous. Well, I knew somewhere, sometime, somehow you look at me and I would see that smile. You're smiling now. Baby, it might have been in County Down or in New York, Gay Paris, or even London town. No more would I go all around the world. You got to play it, play it, play it, play it, play it. Come on and play it. Search for you, I traveled on, love was gone to keep a rendezvous. Well, I knew somewhere, sometime, somehow you look at me and I would see that smile. You're smiling now. Baby, it might have been in County Down or in New York, in Gay Paris, or even London town. No more would I go all around.
Well, was that a great number? And the voice of the legendary Buddy Greco, I'll throw that in. Wow. What's next, you ask? I hope you do. Well, while our ladies change quickly into their swimwear by Carol Weir. You know, people are of two schools. You're after the swimwear or the evening gowns. We're going to give you both. You'll make up your mind. But they're changing into their swimwear, and we're lucky enough to have a special performance by students from our friends just down the street from the Calvert School of Dance.
You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em.
Narcotic distributor, meth merchant, shipping and handling your life supply. Time to get up and wipe the eye boogers out my eye. What y'all trying to buy, Pippi? You know it's kind of dry here. I only got a couple of pies left to last me through the year. Ice cream candy. What it do, man? That shit be coming in handy. It's real walkie-talkie. I got that from the DB's, my cousin. Work. If you want it, I got it. I'm in the cop and be about your grip. Devour any cow and sour, slippery at the lip. Be stuck, suck up to nothing. Don't be no sucker. Be a block monster, be a reputable mother. Don't get put up in your place. Give me 40 feet and an ounce of space.
You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water.
You know I got that kid.
Dripping like water.
Yeah.
You want 'em, I got 'em,
Boss dog.
dripping like water.
Snoopy Deagle Dub.
Dripping
Trip.
like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water.
Now niggas come drop jelly beans, lollipops and triple beans. Blue carpet, yeah, that's the treatment. Andy's so sweet, got everybody eating it. Big Snoop Dogg, I'm the star of this. So go and get yourself a bar of this. To the beat of the drum, it'll be fun, and I bet you can't just eat one.
You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water.
We got it.
You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water.
I'm in the candy. Get it how you want it. Whip it, twist it, pop your whip up on the corner. While I tie-dye, check out this bazaar. The DAT, the NIGG, the DAZ again is up in the wind. Feel the breeze for she's. Goddamn, you already know who I am. Chrome, blue and blue. Frost color switches, hit the gas, hit the brake. Y'all really burn rubber. Dip, drop, dip, stop, dip, go strike the wheel.
You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water. You want 'em, I got 'em, dripping like water.
Andy.
Go, Bill. Thank you. Guys, just terrific. Terrific. As we thank our friends with the Calvert School of Dance, the most beautiful married women in the world are back or coming back in their swimwear. Wow, wow, wow. We have a stage full of winners. And winners deserve awards. And here come some more of them, starting with the Carol Weir Swimwear Fitness Award. Now, the Fitness Award, as you might guess, perfectly fits Mrs. Vietnam. Thank you so much. Now, I look at these wonderful winning women, and who would dare to pick just one Mrs. Photogenic? Well, I'll tell you who would not dare. Me. But our judges are brave, and they say that this year's Mrs. Photogenic is Mrs. Japan. Mrs. Japan. And no award ever on our show or our pageant is more special than the one voted by the ladies, for the ladies. They know who deserves this one. You can't fool them. And they say this year's Mrs. Congeniality is congratulations, Mrs. Singapore. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right now, Mrs. World takes a very big leap forward. All our ladies take a very deep breath. And I ask for an envelope delivered all the way from the judges' table to the stage. Thanks to Mrs. World's new best friend, certified public accountant, Mrs. Roxy Welch. And we love a girl named Roxy. Who doesn't? Thank you. Ladies, it all comes down to this. For the last year and all over the world, it comes to right here, right now. We have the names of our top 10 semifinalists. But wait, this year, there's one more. Because our top 10 becomes our top 11. And why, you ask? Thank you, thank you. As we've always done, Mrs. World once again breaks new ground. Our judges had a tie. And you know what normally happens in a tie? They break the tie by throwing one away. We don't throw someone away. So we opened it up to allow 11 finalists. We brought her in. And as always, the names are in no particular order. No order at all. But here they are. Thanks to each one of you for making the trip. Good luck to each one of you. Milking it? No. Our first semifinalist is, congratulations, Mrs. Poland. She's awfully alone there. Our second semifinalist is Mrs. South Africa. Our third semifinalist is Mrs. Belarus. Our fourth semifinalist, number 4, is Mrs. Paraguay. The top 11 continues. Another deep breath, ladies. Number 5 is Mrs. Philippines. We roll on. Number 6. Semifinalist number 6. She is Mrs. America. Lucky number 7, and it will be lucky. Lucky number 7 is semifinalist number 7. Congratulations, Mrs. Sevastopol. We have 4 more names to call in our top 11. And some very nervous, very lovely ladies in the back rows. Number 8, congratulations, Mrs. Israel. Any thoughts or encouragement you'd like to yell out at this particular moment? I can't quite hear you. Number 9, congratulations. Number 9, it's you, Mrs. Russia. And then there were 2 more names to announce. Congratulations. The judges say semifinalist number 10 is Mrs. Canada. And finally, with thanks to everyone on stage and in the audience, finally, semifinalist number 11. Good luck, one and all. Number 11 is Mrs. Peru. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, with our thanks to one and all. We have our official semifinalists, 11 of them, and gorgeous. And we're even closer than ever to naming a brand new Mrs. World. Our ladies are all beautiful, and they're coming right back. I promise. I don't know. What am I doing now?
Where are you going? What should we do copy?
They'll be right back.
Now, here on Solomon's Island, just minutes away from the nation's capital, they know about judges. And the Mrs. World judiciary isn't too much different. Frankly, just like our country, we're only as good as our judges. And this year, we're proud to say we are very, very good. We've gathered our judges from all over the world, and introductions are in order. This American beauty from Mississippi represented that state before winning the Mrs. America title back in 1987. She was then crowned Mrs. World in Australia in 1988. A mother of 4, a personal trainer, and a life transformer. Please welcome Mrs. Pamela Nail. Now, to offset judges from all over the world, we wanted to have at least one judge from just around the corner. In fact, she's a corporate executive and mother of twins hailing from Virginia, where she's the national ambassador for the Longevity 90 Worldwide Company. Please welcome Mrs. Cheryl Morley. The co-chairman of the Mrs. World Organizing Committee, the committee that brought Mrs. World to St. Petersburg and to Kaliningrad and to Sochi, Russia. He's also a member of the Healthcare Committee of the Russian Parliament. Please welcome Alexei Kuznetsov. Originally from South Africa, today she hails from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. A former runner-up Mrs. South Africa, today this mother of 2 is an internationally well-known businesswoman. Please welcome Mrs. Irma Molina. And originally from Nairobi, this former Mrs. Kenya went on to the Mrs. World Finals. She worked with the organization itself. She's the mother of 6 and a motivational speaker who today works to bring clean water to her native Kenya. Please welcome Mrs. Caroline Vercake. Watch how they protect their tabletop as I say, come on kids, raise again, say hello, turn around, wave to the crowd. One more time. Greet our judges, please. The most distinguished judges now in charge of finding a brand new Mrs. World 2014. Judges, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, it doesn't get any better than this. Please welcome our brand new semifinalists, 11 of them, and enjoy the swimwear competition.
Mrs. Poland is 30 years old and a marketing manager, graduated from Dublin Institute of Technology. She has been married for 3 years to a corporate group accountant. They have 1 child. Mrs. South Africa. Mrs. South Africa is 31 years old and the owner of a gifting company. She graduated from Durban's Working World Business College and has been married for 5 years to a radio disc jockey. They have 2 children. Mrs. Belarus is 31 years old and a singer and television hostess. A graduate of the Heights School of Art, Cinema, and Design, she has been married for 4 years to a CEO in government. Mrs. Paraguay. Mrs. Paraguay is 35 years old and a business administrator and a real estate investor. A graduate of the Ascension American University, she's been married for 4 years to a commercial director. They have 2 children. Mrs. Philippines. Mrs. Philippines is 51 years old and an interior designer, naturopathic practitioner, and business owner. She graduated from the Richter Alternative Medical Center and has been married for 32 years to an accountant. They have 5 children. Mrs. America. Mrs. America is 30 years old and a neonatal intensive care nurse in Tulsa, Oklahoma. She is a graduate of Southwestern Oklahoma State University, and she's been married for 3 years to an oral surgeon. They have 1 child. Mrs. Sevastopol. Mrs. Sevastopol is 28 years old and an actress and journalist. She graduated from the Russian State University of Cinematography and has been married for 1 year to an officer in the Russian Navy. Mrs. Israel. Mrs. Israel is 27 years old and a housewife. She has attended the University of Haifa and has been married for 9 years to a private businessman. They have 3 children. Mrs. Russia is 33 years old and a television journalist and actress. She graduated from Moscow's University of Natalia Nestorova and has been married for 14 years to an attorney. They have 4 children. Mrs. Canada. Mrs. Canada is 40 years old and the CEO of a medical center. A graduate of Prince Edward Island's Holland College, she's been married for 4 years to a chief financial officer. They have 3 children. Mrs. Peru. Mrs. Peru is 36 years old and a homemaker and model. She graduated from the Court Reporting Institute and has been married for 15 years to a mechanical engineer. They have 2 children.
I'm telling you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. We'll see you back in moments for the evening gown competition. Our next performer is one of the Mrs. World family in more ways than one. Family way? Well, maybe. She teaches voice and is a performer all around the country, but a voice here in Calvert County, and just sensational. Please welcome her baby and she, her. Please, Liesl Chavon.
Daddy played piano, played it very well. Music from those hands could catch you like a spell. He could make you love him, for the tune was done. You have your daddy's hands. You are your daddy's son. Daddy never knew that you were on your way. He had other ladies and other tunes to play. When he up and left me, I just up and run. Only thing in my head, you are your daddy's son. Couldn't hear no music, couldn't see no light. Mama, she was frightened, crazy from the fright. Tears without no comfort, screams without no sound. Only darkness and pain, the anger and pain, the blood and the pain. I buried my heart in the ground, in the ground. When I buried you in the ground. Daddy played piano, bet he's playing still. Mama can't forget him, don't suppose I will. God wants no excuses, I have only one. You had your daddy's hands, forgive me. You are your daddy's son.
Our thanks to Liesl and the baby. But it's time to hit the road again with our ladies. This time, we sent them, all the winning women, off to Washington, D.C., where they saw the sights. And occasionally they were the sights, as you yourself can see right now, courtesy of our Mrs. World camera. The trip to Annapolis began with our ladies delighted to visit the historic Maryland State House. Then they visited Government House, housing governors for almost a century and a half so far. Whether standing under a portrait of President George Washington or looking at antique silver and art, it was a very special stop. There was shopping, of course, and delighting some handsome young naval admirers. Then, back on the bus for our nation's capital. The ladies hit all the top attractions and became a top attraction themselves. They went from the front lawn of the White House to a frolic down Pennsylvania Avenue. From the Lincoln Memorial to a chance meeting with some real American heroes. After a morning of sightseeing, the ladies decided it was time for lunch. From Washington's fresh kitchen back to Maryland for some fine dining at the Ruddy Duck. Even an impromptu commercial from Mrs. Peru.
Amazing atmosphere, fantastic place. You just have to come and see it for yourself. Thank you.
Then they climbed the many stairs to the unique vineyard and restaurant, The Running Hare. Catered by Elegance. And a toast from the owner and his wife. And finally, a return to Solomon's Island and the lighthouse. Yes. What fun that field trip to the center of the action had to have been. Certainly looked like it. But right now, the action is back on our stage as we welcome back all our winning women for the evening gown parade. Ladies, if you please.
Oops.
Time now for a very beautiful and important part of the pageant and the judging. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the evening gown competition. Ladies and John, if you please.
Mrs. Poland donates her company's furniture to schools and hospitals, children's homes, and more. She also works to see women achieve their goals. She enjoys running, gym, and squash, but her favorite is playing with her 2-year-old Lucas. Mrs. South Africa. Mrs. South Africa is a patron of Cupcakes for Kids with Cancer and a patron of the Out of Africa Foundation. She is currently a member of the Durban Youth Council and a motivational speaker. Mrs. Belarus supervises assistance for 3 orphanages and says her mission is to help and save children. She's a pop singer and likes extreme sports, from diving and rock climbing to parachuting. Mrs. Paraguay. Mrs. Paraguay volunteers for her National Red Cross and helps children with leukemia and from low-income families. She's a yoga instructor and enjoys everything from ping pong to volleyball. And she's taking acting lessons. Mrs. Philippines. Mrs. Philippines is a national president and heavily involved in her country's Lions Club activities. And she's led some relief operations for victims of Super Typhoon Yolanda, the strongest typhoon in world history. Mrs. America. Mrs. America's interests range from fighting addiction through education and mental health association, and she's a breastfeeding committee member. She enjoys crafting, college soccer, travel, family time, and is a baby sign language teacher. Mrs. Sevastopol. Mrs. Sevastopol organized charity film festivals for children all across Russia, and the very first film festivals in Sevastopol and Crimea. Her interests range from drawing to piano, singing, and writing screenplays about children. Mrs. Israel. Mrs. Israel is working to build an orphanage for Israeli and Palestinian children. She speaks 6 languages and enjoys dancing and writing poetry. She loves to travel and explore different cultures. Mrs. Russia. Mrs. Russia conducts charitable social events in Moscow, including basketball matches. Her hobbies including sea adventure vacations with family and basketball and movies. And she published a book of her own poems in Russia. Mrs. Canada. Mrs. Canada is a frequent speaker on issues relating to obesity and to women in business, and started a charity for low-income patients. She enjoys everything from golf and skiing to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and collecting shoes. Mrs. Peru. Mrs. Peru is a spokesperson for breast and ovarian cancer and for genetic testing. Her hobbies range from modeling and working out to dancing and singing and traveling. And she's a tennis champion.
Thank you, John. Ladies, we know you're beautiful. We know you're all winners. And we know you're the 11 semi-finalists for the title this year. But the judges want to hear a little more. That's why we're asking you another question. One more question. We'd like you to tell them how you feel right now. Express your feelings using just one word. One word. Your language, my language, all of our, whatever language you wish. one word to give us your feelings. Please tell the judges how you feel with the one.
Incredible.
I feel harmony.
I feel love.
I feel so thankful.
Wspaniale.
Я наслаждаюсь моментом.
I feel so blessed.
I feel proud. I feel blessed.
I feel grateful.
I feel humble.
Wow. And that's it. 11 very special words from 11 very special ladies. One word apiece. And we're one step closer to crowning a brand new Mrs. World. Thank you, ladies. Right now, if you'd like to see a real winner, we have one. Our next guest is a former Mrs. Arizona who won the Mrs. America title. And then she won the crown as Mrs. World. Tonight, she has a very special message for very special women. Please welcome Diane Hargrove.
Thank you, Bill. Good evening, everyone. One phone call changed my life forever. I went to MrsAmerica.com. That's all. It looked like fun. It looked like something I could do. They invited me to check it out, just like I'm inviting you now. They invited me to call and support my state pageant, to get involved and have some fun. Just try it. And today I stand here living the dream. I joined the dream team. I'm saying you can do it too. Maybe you should. Maybe it's your turn. Check out MrsAmerica.com, then make a phone call. And you'll have a whole new life, and new friends to last a lifetime, and a new family to go along. 25 years ago, when the Russian organization could have picked any pageant in the whole world, they called Mrs. America. They asked us to join with, at the time, Mrs. USSR. They chose us to build a bridge of greater understanding and friendship. And next year, we're doing it again. Our dream team will be in Sevastopol, where the Mrs. America and Mrs. Russia pageants will meet. Married women from two great cultures together living the dream. Maybe your life, you'll never know if you don't try it. And here's more. Thank you.
The year 2015 will be the 25th anniversary of historic beauty contest Mrs. America, Mrs. USSR. It's a honor for us to invite your unique contest of the most beautiful married women of the United States and their families to come to our city and repeat this great show, Mrs. America, Mrs. Russia. Welcome to Sevastopol, the most picturesque place of Crimea.
Yes, great advice and a great invitation from Diane. MrsAmerica.com. What could go wrong? Right now, it's time for more music, and here to wow us, absolutely wow us again, the wonderful sounds, Miss Liz Chambers.
Sunday morning rain is falling.
darkness, He is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning, and I never wanna leave. Fingers trace your every outline, oh yeah. Paint a picture with my hands. Clouds are shining us like branches in a storm. Change the weather, still together when it ends. That may be all I need. The darkness, He is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning, and I never wanna leave. Hey! But things just get so crazy, living life gets hard to do. Sunday morning rain is falling, and I'm calling out to you. Singing someday it'll lead me back to you. Find a way to bring myself back home to you. That may be all I need. The darkness, He is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning, and I never wanna leave.
Wow. Thank you, Liz Chambers. Well, we're closing in on a brand new Mrs. World, and that Hollywood reporter, Bill Harris, has the story.
Thank you, John Malman. The next major step in finding our next Mrs. World starts with the return of 11 very beautiful and very nervous semifinalists. Ladies, if you please. I know it's shameless. Do you have a favorite? Good luck to all of us and our favorites. Ladies, we're ready to count down from 11 semifinalists to 5 finalists. Are you ready? Well, I'm not. I need an envelope from the judges, which means our favorite accountant and my favorite 2 words. Hey, Roxy! It'll be just a minute. So my dad always told the story of the little lady of a certain age who was driving down the street and knitting. So she'd drive, knit, knit, knit. Drive, drive down, nit, nit. Well, the motorcycle cop saw her and took off after her. She didn't hear the siren. Drive, drive, nit, nit, nit. He pulls over next to her driver's window, bangs on the window. Drive, 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 nit, nit. Finally, he really hits the window. She stops and rolls down her window, and he says, pull over. And she said, no, cardigan. Thank you, Roxy.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Ladies, it's in my hands, and we thank you with all our hearts. Again, the names are in no particular order, but if you have a favorite, as I say, now is the time to let her know. Ladies, good luck. Finalist number 1, congratulations, Mrs. Poland. Finalist number 2, congratulations, Mrs. South Africa. We have only 3 to go. Finalist number 3, congratulations, Mrs. Belarus. And now there's only 2 left to go. Finalist number 4 is Mrs. Sevastopol. One name away from all the millions of married women in the world. One more name. And that name, finalist number 5. Congratulations, Mrs. Peru. Now, with thanks to all of you, we now have our fantastic 5 finalists. And we give them just one more assignment. And I promise you, it's the very last step on the road to finding our winner. Ladies, you 5 will stay with us. The ladies in back, please give them thanks. Congratulate them. Ladies, we'd like you to take 20 seconds, just 20 seconds, face the judges and tell them what you would like them to know. 20 seconds, judges, anything you'd like them to know.
I'd like you to know that if you made me next Mrs. World, I would really want to reach to all the women all around the globe, and especially Polish women, and inspire them to reach for their dreams. Thank you.
What would you like to tell the judges?
А можно я скажу по-русски? Никто не против? Я хочу сказать о себе, что для меня огромная честь представлять мою страну в Америке. Я очень рада, что оказалась здесь. Спасибо вам огромное за такую поддержку, которую я чувствую здесь. И спасибо, что вы, не понимая русский язык, слушаете меня. Спасибо. Thank you so much. I love you.
20 seconds, your thoughts. Tell our judges.
Hello, Solomon Island, you are extraordinary. I want to tell the judges that I have this passion in my heart that is like a fire that doesn't let me sleep at night. I have a strong platform which is breast cancer awareness, and I want to share it with the women around the world in my country. And I want to tell you that this will be an incredible moment for me to be Mrs. World, because I think there's so much to do for women out there that I'm just humble, and I hope tonight I get to be Mrs. World. Thank you.
I would like to say that I'm so honored to be, to represent Sevastopol. It's the first time when the girl represents Sevastopol. You are very welcome for the next pageant in September 2015 in Sevastopol. Yes, you are very welcome. And I'm so happy to share with all of you a little bit of my kindness, I'm sorry, my English, my love, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy. Thank you. Thank you.
And Mrs. South Africa, 20 seconds. Tell them what you'd like to know.
I would like to tell the judges, everybody in this audience, and everybody watching at home around the world, all of us face adversities, all of us face challenges, whether it's in our marriage, our personal lives, or our businesses. And I want to encourage you today that you don't need a crown, you don't need a title to be an inspiration within your community. You need to get up every day and just wake up and know that just a smile might change someone's life. My firstborn is a cancer survivor, and I'm honored that my country respect me for the fact that I just kept on fighting for his life, and that we made a foundation to help other children in our country. You can be an inspiration to your neighbor. You can be an inspiration to the world. All it starts with sometimes is a smile.
Terrific. Thank you, ladies. You've done a wonderful job in a total of just 100 seconds or so. Now, go backstage, and then in just a minute, good luck when we come back. One of them will be the brand new Mrs. World.
The solution to the world's healthcare crisis has already been discovered. It lies within our body's own ability to heal itself. In the 90 essential nutrients missing from our food for years is the key to unlocking the power that is already within us. If you suffer from diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, high blood pressure, Alzheimer's, or any other chronic illness you can name, you'll want to hear what Dr. Joe Wallach has to say. Dr. Wallach is the author of the most popular health lecture in history, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, with over 100 million copies in circulation. As a veterinarian, he helped eliminate over 900 different diseases and birth defects in the animal industry. As a physician, he's proving the same thing can be done for humans. For a limited time, visit 90worldwide.com and get a free copy of the most important health message you will ever hear, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Or call 1-800-655-2101. Just pay shipping and handling. 90worldwide.com, because everyone deserves good health.
As we prepare to find a brand new Mrs. World, we could not do better than to spend time with our wonderful current title holder. She started as Mrs. Idaho. Then last year in Guangzhou, China, she was crowned Mrs. World 2013. Please welcome the absolutely beautiful Kaylee Sparling.
There's one kiss for your tally. Yeah,
Thank you.
go.
It's a very good one. And in a moment, we're going to have a very special announcement, aren't we?
We certainly do. My life changed forever over in China, and I could never thank them enough. And we have a very special friend I first met over there, and her name is Cayman Chang. And we owe her a great deal. Bill is not holding. Let's see.
Excuse me.
Hold. Good old Bill. He's been doing a great job.
Oh, you mean...
Oh, hey, welcome back. Bill's holding a plaque for her, and it reads, "For Cayman Chang, co-chairperson, Mrs. World 2013, Guangzhou, China, with deepest respect and gratitude, presented by Mrs. World. I'll be saving this for her with all my heart. I personally thank her again."
We understand that Cayman is asking you to share a very big announcement for us and the world.
Yes, I certainly have a really great announcement. I'm so excited that I get to announce this. Cayman has, in fact, invited the Mrs. World family back to China, and we are going. Next year, Mrs. World 2015 will be held in Beijing, China. We thank her and cannot wait for China.
Whoa. Major headline news from this lady. Next year's Mrs. World 2015 pageant, Beijing, China. Good work. Thank you, Madam Cheng. But that's next year, and this has been your year, Kaylee. I'm sure it has to be difficult. You can't pick just one moment, but one thought.
I advocate for the prevention of child sexual abuse, and so there is one moment that has really stood out this year, and I was able to testify in front of the Judiciary and Rules Committee for the House and to get child advocacy centers in Idaho recognized by state law. So with that, that's one step to making a big difference, and the people that I met and going to China, it's just been an incredible year.
Nice. You do make a difference, you have made a difference, and you'll continue to do so.
Thank you.
And the time is now. We salute a great year and a great title holder as Kaylee Sparling takes her final walk from China to the Chesapeake. Help us salute an absolutely unforgettable Mrs. World 2013. I know just how he feels. Right now, some very special dancers. Entertainment is on its way. In fact, they're here.
Today's gonna be the day that they're gonna give it back to you.
By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat to what is on the street, that the fire in your heart is out. And I'm sure you've heard it all before, you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. You know the roads we have to walk winding, and all the lights that lead the way are blinding. And there are many things that I'd like to say to you, but I don't know how. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wandering wall. Today was gonna be the day they'll never bring it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead the way are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wandering wall. You're my wandering wall. You're my wandering wall. You're my wandering wall.
Thanks to the Calibrate School of Dance again, but right now we're all together again, this time for the last time. We welcome everyone back, along with our very special 5 finalists, one of whom is only moments away from wearing a brand new crown. And your finalists. One more time. To make the final moment happen, we need the judge's decision and their final envelope. CPA extraordinaire, Roxy Welch, if you please. A hand for Roxy! Ladies, here are the results. Congratulations, you come all this way from your homes and your families, your countries all around the world to the beautiful, magical land of Solomon's Island, Maryland. Yes. Where we're about to change lives. With all of our love and all of our thanks, we have 5 sensational finalists. We need 1 new Mrs. World. Our 4th finalist. Congratulations, Mrs. Poland. Our 3rd runner-up, holding hands, breathing deeply. Our 3rd runner-up, congratulations, Mrs. Sevastopol. Now we're down to 3 very nervous finalists. Just 3 ladies left. Our 2nd runner-up is Mrs. Peru. And that's it. From the millions of married women in this world, we're down to just 2. 2 women holding hands and smiling at one another because one of you is about to be named Mrs. World 2014. The other will be the first runner-up. If for any reason our winner is unable to serve her term, the first runner-up will assume the crown and the title. Do you want to hold hands, ladies? We are. That said, I don't want to be accused of drawing this moment out, but it is very special, just like the ladies themselves. And it's my pleasure, my duty, my privilege to name the winner. And to do it quickly. But there I go again. The brand new Mrs. World. Congratulations, Mrs. Belarus. And there it's happening. It's happening right now. Just like that, a brand new Mrs. World begins her reign. Our new title holder, Mrs. Belarus, is 31 years old and a singer and television hostess, a graduate of the Heights School of Art, Cinema and Design. She's been married for 4 years to a CEO in government. Mrs. Belarus, your walk. The most excited and honored married woman in the world is getting her crown now and her sash and starting a brand new life with her first royal walk as Mrs. World 2014. We thank you. Good night. Our best love and good thoughts to our friend Barbara. See you next year in China.
Friends to